Hey friends! So in my last video I worked on these postcards for the iHanna Postcard Swap, and I had a blast doing them. And what I usually like to do, because I'm sending all these off and I have such a good time making them, I like to make kind of a commemorative art journaling page in this journal. So here, I'm going to do a little flip through here. So some of these pages are just from things that were sent to me that I kind of tried to do a little collage of and then maybe do a little journaling about. But then I started getting into doing some, this is from Flow magazine, isn't that cute? I don't think I'll be journaling over that, but I'll be journaling over this. Anyway, so there's a couple of pages in here of kind of commemoration pages of some of the postcards that I've done. This one being one of them. I did a video of this one. This was super fun. And I did the varnish on it too, just like I did on the postcards. This one I don't think was, I'm not sure what this was. I think it was just a collage of some sort. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for a page in here that I think will kind of be along the lines of how I did the backgrounds on these cards. I've got all my little bits and pieces I saved from doing the cards, the paint, the washi. And so I'm gonna pick one of these pages. I think this one or this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and start on the paint, and then I'll do the tissue paper that I have left. But I'm not going to be using matte medium this time. I'm just going to rely on a good old-fashioned glue stick. So, like I usually do, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if I feel like I want to break in to share something, I'll go ahead and do that. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm going to throw caution to the wind and bring some of this magenta in. That's a lot of layers, and I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the way this is going, but I'm just gonna play around and see what happens. I'm trying to bring a little bit of that color down back into the middle of this, hoping that it'll give it a little balance. So, wish me luck. You can tell how old the paint is when chips of it. You'd think I'd throw something away once in a while, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I find it to be maybe more of a challenge than it needs to be to try to use stuff up. That's a lot of color, but I'm still going to add more. Whatever. I can hear you in the comments now. Just toss it. All right, I'm going to leave that. That's enough. To be perfectly honest with you, I have zero plan on this. I just wanted to have some fun with what was left over on my desk. One of my favorite projects is what's on my desk Wednesday, to try to clean it up and use it up and see what comes out of it. So here are the pieces I have left over. I'm happy to say, look, there's a bird. a whole bird, and a few flowers, not many. Okay, this would not be the first time that I've done a page upside down and had to tear it out and put it back in. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around the way it's supposed to be. The top thing there is a bit of a clue. So because I want these to show, and I don't necessarily want to lose them, I'm going to strategically place them around the sides a little bit. Him up there, this guy down here. But I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get the matte medium out after all. I don't trust the glue stick today. Whoops. This has a little bit of matte medium left on it, and sometimes that will keep it from adhering to the page correctly. The whole idea is for the tissue to kind of melt into the page a little bit. So that's pretty messy. I'm going to see if I can clean that up. Like I said, I have no plan. I just want to use up some of my supplies and make a little remembrance. Okay, I am going to go get my matte medium ready. Okay, so here's the Liquitex matte medium that I use. Nice and fluid, perfect for these kinds of projects. Doesn't tear up the tissue. Get a good amount on the page. Get it down there as best you can, and then go back over it with more. Don't go over it too many times or else you'll tear your tissue. Okay, so some of the pieces are a little bit crooked, but I'm not going to worry about that. I just really wanted to use those pieces and kind of set my background. So I'm going to start drying it now. Sometimes if there's a bubble, or I feel as if it's just, you know, there's an area that I need to get back down on there, I just use a little bit of water. I don't necessarily need to use more matte medium. Water does the trick a lot of times, and sometimes it works a little bit better than the matte medium. So just a hint. So I don't have any more of these cute little birds left over, but what I do have is quite a few of these little images, and so that's what I'm going to go ahead and use for this page as my little remembrance page. Okay, the struggle is real here. I really do like the way this part turned out, but every time I throw some of this ephemera on there, I'm not liking it. I think it's because I'm putting it in the middle. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the doilies. I'm just not sure what it is that's not working for me. I'm going to play around with it and see if I can come up with a fix, but kind of disappointed here. I think it's this pink edge. That's what I'm kind of wondering about, if that's what's throwing me on this whole thing. Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's just too much. Play around with it a little while, see if I can fix it. Yeah, I like that. So I was looking at my postcards, and I was noticing, you know, a lot of them have this kind of white space on them quite a bit, and it kind of brightens it and makes it look lighter, and I didn't have that here, so I'm kind of hoping that fixing a little bit of that might help. There, just enough to make it look a little haphazard. You know, bring that magenta in a little bit, but calm it down a little bit too. We'll see how this comes out. I'm not sold yet. If you're interested in where I get my stamps, I'll go ahead and put a link down below. It's an Etsy shop that I get most of my really, really beautiful stamps from. Her name is Precious Owl. That's about as close as I'm going to get. It's a large area, and I just really don't want... I have a tendency to put way too much on these bigger pages, and then it just looks like a big mess. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing I'm going to go around some of the features with a Sharpie pen, and then I'm thinking about going ahead and putting some varnish on that, just to kind of seal everything down and see if I can make the color pop a little bit. Sometimes the matte medium will come up onto the nib of the pen and kind of make it so it's not writing as well. So I'll have a scratch pad next to me to get the ink going again. Sometimes I'll need more than one pen. Okay, as I was doing this, I was realizing that it was the copious amounts of glue stick that I used to get my doilies down that was really giving me a hard time. But the point of it is to just kind of give it some contrast. It doesn't have to be perfect. I even went out of the lines a couple of times, and I usually kind of try to do something about that, but you don't see it very much. We'll just call it grass in the background or something. So I'm finding that some of the stuff is actually coming up, and so I think I am going to go ahead and put a coat of varnish on this. Okay, so nice and dry. I like it. To be honest with you, when this thing was coming along, I was so unhappy with it I almost deleted the video. But I kind of decided, you know, sometimes you just have to find a solution, and I really feel like this washi tape softened the edges and really kind of helped me make the right decisions on what images and how to place them and all that kind of thing. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like this page. Watch my video with the postcards to go with. It's kind of a fun little, you know, thing to put together. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more art journaling videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.